this has been a long time coming. There have been many of you who have asked me in the past to please, please, please make a mini course curriculum kind of, uh, I don't know, direction. There's so many mini courses that I've done over the last 3 plus 4 years almost that they're beginning to get a bit daunting, right? And if people don't know where to start. So I've been asked to create a page. This is, as you can see behind me, is a page on my site. The location of this site, I'll give you I'll have it posted in the post below me, so that you have direct access to it. But just in case you need to see, here it is. It's spaceweatherwoman.com/mini course curriculum. And yes, case sensitive, I believe. So you do have to be a little bit careful there. But this particular page is going to be here for your reference to help kind of help you navigate through the mini courses that I've got up on YouTube. In fact, I'm going to go over it if I can here pretty quickly to kind of give you an idea of what it's all about. So let me slide over to the live page. Okay. So it is live right now. I'm actually looking at a live version of it right at this moment. And if I kind of scroll down, if you notice, it's just my picture up there, but then you can actually see Space Weather Basics. These are courses on the first chef. For those of you who are familiar with my mini courses, you know I oftentimes talk about the sun being the first chef with all its solar phenomena, and then the near-Earth space being the second chef. Well, in order to understand what the second chef does, you kind of have to understand what the first chef does. And what the first chef is throwing at the second chef are these eggs, right? That then the second chef cracks into a near-Earth skillet and scrambles everything up, and then serves it to the people, in near-Earth space and down on the ground, ultimately us. So really the basics are the solar phenomena, and that's what we're looking at here. So what I've got set up is the 4 basic type of space weather that affects Earth. These are not just individual courses, these are the course series. And as you can see, we start with coronal mass ejections, or also called the C course series. Now, these are the names that I have on YouTube as well. And these are the descriptions that are essentially the same descriptions that I have on YouTube. In fact, if you were to click begin here under coronal mass ejections, it will literally take you to my playlist on YouTube. That is the C course series. You'll see the same description here, and you'll see the courses 1, 2, 3. So C1, C2, and C3. Okay, and it's all about coronal mass ejections. Now, if I go back to my page, you'll see down here it says prerequisites. See that? None. So this is the place to start. Okay, if you're going to learn about space weather basics, this is really where you're going to want to be. Then the second set of courses will be on the solar flares and radio bursts. That's the F course series. Once again, you've got the description. You'll see prerequisites now. These are suggested prerequisites, and that's really course C1, C2, C3. That is the C course series. So solar flares and radio blackout, or radio bursts rather, will follow from coronal mass ejections, right? So you basically are reading from right to left. And again, if you click begin here, it will take you immediately to the playlist on YouTube that in this case has 4 different courses, right? So F1, F2, F3, F4, and you take them in that order, okay? And then if we go back again, the next set that you would take in Space Weather Basics would be radiation storms and solar energetic particles, essentially, which I call the P course series. The reason why it's called P is for particle, okay? So C for CME, F for flare, and P for particle. The reason why I did that was because I'm trying to avoid any use of what the Space Weather Prediction Center uses for their scales, their space weather scales. So I'm not using G, I'm not using R, and I'm not going to use S. I want to leave it for them and not get any of our courses confused with any of that. So then when we go here, if I click on the begin here, again, it takes you straight to that page. So you can see there are 2 courses in the P course series, right? P1 and P2, and you take them in that order. Again, you can see the prerequisites are beginning to build up, right? The C course series and the F course series before you take this one, the P course series. And that's it's the reason why is because they build on each other. So start here, move to the right, move to the right, and then you'll get to chronal holes and the solar wind. W for the wind course series, so W. And again, you'll see the prerequisites, and if I click on it again, I think there's only 2 courses here. You will see we will jump immediately to the 2 courses in the W series, okay? And then that essentially completes the space weather basics. So that is really the main set of 4 types of phenomena that affect Earth, okay? And so you can get them very easily by going here and following, that structure just for the first chef. So happy learning all, and enjoy, and I will chat with you soon.